Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Central Virginia gardens. My name's Rebecca. I'm back in what I call my kitchen garden, which I honestly haven't done much with in the last couple of years. I did some things with it in the spring, and I did a little bit of planting over the summer, but not much. And honestly, this garden kind of got away from me in that I had morning glories that sort of exploded all over it, and weeds and tall grass and everything else. Plus, we're having some work done back here on the exterior of this old house, and I just was not sure how that was going to go. But I have decided to go ahead and attend to some of these beds and go ahead and stick some seeds in. So I'm going to plant a variety of things, but one of the things I'm going to do is plant some spinach. Now, I've already planted some spinach down in my main garden, and I planted that in the traditional way, just putting it in the ground, watering it well, and hoping for the best. And those have sprouted pretty well. It took them a while because spinach really doesn't like hot soil, and it was relatively moderate here, so they did eventually sprout, and so far so good with the germination, but those plants are just getting going. So I wanted to do a different way of sprouting and starting my spinach and direct seeding it as opposed to seeding it inside. Spinach can be kind of tricky to get to germinate. You can absolutely start it inside, but that doesn't necessarily improve the germination process in my experience. I started by taking two different kinds of spinach seeds. I have the long-standing Bloomsdale and the Beaujolais spinaches. They both did really well for me in the spring, and then the rabbit got them. So I'm hoping I can keep this area rabbit-proof this season. I think we fixed that problem. Any rate, what I did was I soaked the seeds. I soaked them for 24 hours. Then I laid them out on a paper towel and I let them dry for about a little over 24 hours. Then I put them in paper towels and put them in a sealed bag and put them in the fridge for several days. Well, for roughly 5 days. So today I'm actually going to plant them out here in my kitchen garden in a couple of different places to see where they like it the best. All right, let me show you what I'm going to do and how I've prepped these beds. I have cleared out these beds, and I did fork them up a bit, and I did put some compost in this particular bed. Now, this is the one that I'm actually going to plant the spinach in, much of the spinach in, and it is on the southwestern side. It does get some shade, but again, these trees are going to be dropping their leaves pretty soon, and my blackberry bushes are about to get really thinned back. Into this bed, I'm going to pour some of my homemade compost, and I'm going to mix that in really well to make this a very, very rich bed. I want that garlic. These beds have not really been properly treated in a while, so I'm happy to give them a dose of compost now. I'll just kind of mix all this in to the top bits, mix it up, spread it out. This fig tree here is really getting quite out of control. We've cut it back so many times. We actually cut it all the way down a few years ago. Here's another elephant garlic. Okay, nice. I'm going to put some long-standing Bloomsdale in here and also some of the Beaujolais spinach. I'm going to be careful not to spill the seeds. I'm going to seed these about every 4 to 6 inches. And I'll pop a couple of seeds into each. I'm going to give them about a half an inch coverage. I cover them well, making good seed contact. These plants can get pretty big, so I'm going to give them a fair amount of room. Other one, I'm going to plant the gorgeous Beaujolais spinach. I'll go ahead and water these in, and then in the rest of the bed, I'm just going to plant some bok choy and call it a day. So thank you so much. I'll let you know how this spinach does in terms of its germination, if it's any different than the other bed that I planted, the other spinach that I planted in my lower garden. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your garden's growing well. Take care. Bye.